Even. What did I like that? Because I needed a title. I had to call it something. Basically, all it was, I needed to give the title. I needed to give the stream a title. I couldn't think of a good one. Thus, hey, Killface. That's the question. I don't know. Because I didn't want people to think that there will. I didn't want to promise that there would be farts. Titling as just farts would mean that, like, oh, there's going to be farts in the stream. By making it a question, maybe there will be, maybe there won't be. You farting isn't a question. I mean, fair. But yeah, it's because I didn't want people to believe. I didn't want people to think that there was a guarantee of farts. Because honestly, odds are, I probably won't really fart. I probably won't end up farting on stream. Not tonight, anyway. I mean, never say never and everything, but hey, Lisa. To clear my throat there. Hey, Uncle Buck. So, how's everyone? Gassy. Nope, I'm not. As I said, I probably won't end up farting on stream. I don't feel any farts brewing, so. Dreading cleaning my room, but I'm going to trip and have to do it. Yeah, cleaning. Boo. Cleaning sucks. Forceful, that could go in a whole different direction. Yep. Yep, I'm always careful about that. I don't want to risk pooping myself. Hey, Queen. You know, just what? I'm not sure I know who Jessica Boyle is, so no. No opinion. I assume she's some sort of YouTube person or some sort of internet personality. I tend not to have opinions on internet personalities. I don't really care. You know, I don't care about internet drama. So I stay away from all that shit. Probably part of why I got so few views on my on all my videos. You would not like her? Probably not. We are full on non-tent here, and we don't piss in boxes. I mean, if there's nothing else available, you gotta go. You know, if you gotta go, you gotta go, right? But yes, I am all about that non-tent. Your cats do? True. That's true. Cats be in boxes. Are you saying you're better than a cat, Killface? Seems a little bit conceited to me. Cardboard boxes, Matt, in the attic. I mean, if they could get up there, they probably would. Hey, Rebecca. If the cats could get up to the attic, they probably would piss in boxes up there. Oh, Lamington? Lamington, I'm guessing, is some sort of Australian thing. It's not a lamb. Is it a biscuit? Probably. The dessert. Makes sense. Like I said, probably some sort of I figured probably a Australian thing. Hey, Morticia. Who's farting? Not me. Hi, Queen. I mean, my farts, they vary. What do they smell like? It varies. chocolate and coconut and like a fluffy cake. There's strawberries because I got some of the sweetest and juicy ones I've had in a long time. Nice, nice. What am I for? It varies. It depends on what I was eating and everything. It's just. Sometimes they don't really smell much of anything, and sometimes they're utterly rancid. It varies. I don't really, I don't really spend a lot of time. I don't really put. I don't really like think much about my farts. I don't really. I don't really smell them very much. Like whenever I fart, I'm not just sitting there like I'm not really smelling it much. You know? It seems super bitchy. Do I? I'm not trying to be. I'm just saying that I don't really pay much attention to my farts. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they smell. Or I don't know what they smell like. Glass of water with baking soda a day. Meh. I'll pass. But thank you. Thank you for the advice. See, it's not a big deal. Hey, Buttercup. Not a big because like I'm the only one. Like I'm the only one here. I'm the only one who would smell it, and nobody really minds the smell of their own farts, even their own shit. Like no, it's hey, Mike. Even when you've got like a big smelly shit, if it's your own, you don't really mind it all that much. You know, you might not enjoy it, but I feel like most people. I feel like most people are less bothered by the smell of their own shits than the smells of other people's shit. Sometimes I do say to myself, damn, what crawled up me and died? Yeah, I mean, sometimes like, wow, that's a stench. But like, it's less bothersome than if you're smelling someone else's poop. even if the other person's shit actually like smells less bad, the fact that it's someone else's just makes it. Yeah, it's just it's. Why do some bathrooms feel safer than others? I gotta blow my nose. Give me a minute. I gotta blow my nose. That's fine. Uncle Buck, I promise. I promise, Uncle Buck. If I have to fart, I won't mute. I will not mute if I have to fart. My farts are seldom all that loud anyway. Shouldn't do that for free. Fair. Their ends are being whimsical. The silent ones are deadly. I mean, not always. Wait, talking about fart. I needed to give my. I needed to name my stream something. So Yep. The stream needed a title, so I see Visa and MasterCard are. I see Visa and MasterCard are taking a lot of shit right now. They've basically forced. Hey, Toby. Steam and Itch to remove a lot of adult content. Forgot to contact Capital One. So yeah, it's a lot of people are really mad about them, and they've been dealing with a lot of phone calls. Visa is actually like, is this in relation to the Steam Itch thing? Yeah, like when you call in, they'll ask if the call is in reference to that. Hopefully, they will back down. Itch, not Twitch. Itch.io. It's itch.io. It is a virtual marketplace. It's big on for games. It's it does have other stuff as well, but video games are a big part thing on there. Can't buy porn with Visa and MasterCard. I mean, it varies, but they are really like kind of, yeah. And basically, this small bunch of Puritan dickwads uh, were pissy about porn games on Steam and itch.io. And they called up Visa and MasterCard to have them deal with it. So what Visa and MasterCard are doing is basically like, you know, if you want to be able to use us as payment processors, you can't sell these types of games. So Steam and Itch sort of had to remove a bunch of, not all of them, but they removed a fair number of porn games. Hey, Frank. What do they care? It's nothing. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure why these major companies care. Money's money, dudes. Like, why are you upset about how people are spending? People are using like it's I don't know. It's fucking it's shitty ass Puritan culture, and like ostensibly is just about games with rape and incest themes, but it never stops there. See how I'm important is weird. It is because they're like 14 when the anime starts. I think there's still 15 by the time it ends. I don't think they reach 16. Yeah, they're 14, 15 years old. So yeah, it is weird. But yeah, it's that shitty ass evangelical Christian Puritanism. And I mean, like, it absolutely will not stop with games with rape and incest themes. It is going to be it because I mean, those people see queer people existing as pornographic. So it is absolutely going to be used to target any media at all that has queer people. Hey, Gruda. Traumatic experience for a lot of people. They are, absolutely. Um, One thing I would note is that art is often a way for people uh, to deal with traumatic experiences, to work through those traumas. So a blanket ban on that sort of thing is just kind of shitty. Um, I mean, little kid. I mean, they're 18 plus. I mean, shit. What 10-year-old has a fucking credit card, Garuda? Like, at that point, if a 10-year-old is going on Steam and buying a game that has that shit in it, at that point, that is on the fucking parents. I'm sorry, but that is on the goddamn parents. Because they would need it because the kid would need a credit card. The parents should be taking an active role in seeing what their kids are up to. Um, wait for a second. What are we talking about? I'm talking about Visa and MasterCard payment processors uh, pushing Steam and itch.io to remove a lot of their adult content. Like I said, with the ostensible focus being on games that have rape and incest content. Now, one thing I'll note. So, again, if the kids are buying that shit off Steam, like I said, I'm going to say the parents have a lot of responsibility for that. That said, pretty good odds kids are going to find that shit. If young people want to find that content, they'll find it. I'm not saying that's good that they'll find it, but again, Morticia, though, there's two things. First of all, there is legitimate artistic expression. I'm blanking on the name of the game, but there's one game that was removed from itch that, or not removed, but like it's not like you can't find it. You need a link to it. It's not, you search for it and it doesn't pull up. I forget the name of the game, Mouthwatering or something like that. I don't remember the name of the game, but it deals with rape, and it is sort of a horror game, and like it's genuine artistic expression. It is meant as an exploration of a dark topic done in a mature and responsible way. And I'm not in favor of telling those people, no, you're not allowed to do that. The other thing is, like I said, it's not going to stop there. That is absolutely not where it will stop. It never is. These censorship advocates, and let's be blunt, this is censorship. And I'm not even necessarily opposed to all censorship, but this is very much, by definition, censorship. And most of these censorship types do not stop. A lot of women who have been through that shit have used art as a way of working through their experiences. Yeah, I'm not going to tell some woman she can't make a story about that. I'm not going to tell a dude he can't make a story about it either. It's just, hey, try to do it in a responsible and mature way. Because I mean, there are men who've been through that shit as well. What's your most traumatic experience? Oh, I've been lucky. I'm largely trauma free. My traumas have all been exceptionally minor. But I said, a lot of people use art as a way of, that is just about the most traumatic experience I've had. The root canal to repair my front teeth. which, to be fair, was fucking awful. But that's about the most traumatic experience I've had. Um, like I said, a lot of people who have been through trauma will use art as a way of working through their feelings about it, and coming to terms with it and living with it. That is a very common thing. Should those people not then be able to sell that art? Like, are we telling these people that, I'm sorry, but your artistic your works of art are invalid and don't deserve to be seen by anyone ever? That they don't, that they are undeserving of being able to make money off the art they made that was inspired by the experiences they've gone through? No, it's like could make millions in past trauma that I didn't know was trauma. Also, don't talk shit about my friend, by the way. By the way, Morticia, don't talk shit about my best friend. Fuck off with that. Garuda's comment was at least kind of funny. Listen, and again, like a lot of the stuff that Steam and Itch have delisted or removed wasn't actually particularly bad. Yeah, a lot of it didn't have rape or incest themes. A lot of it wasn't particularly bad. It just happened to be pornographic. And it's not the first time that a site has had to um, one more warning, Morticia. One more warning. Stop talking shit about my best friend. Like payment processors have done this in the past where they've forced a site to remove basically any adult content. A lot of there's a fair number of sites that have been basically ruined by that. Because people who sell pornographic art ended up being kicked off those platforms, and then hey, now those people can't make money. They have to find they have to go somewhere else. because it's never about just the specific most extreme themes. It's always about the it's always about pure and simple Puritanism. And most of the time, it ends up being extended to queer people existing in general. The specific group behind the attacks on Steam and Itch, I believe it's an Australian group this time. I think the group is based out of Australia this time. A lot of the time, it's US based groups. And those people are especially blatant about what their actual agenda is, which is cishet white men only. It's a comic I read, Banned Book Club. I did actually do a review of that for my channel. It's been challenged quite a few times. You know, these censorship groups wanting to remove it from libraries. And like it's Adrian, it's like being, challenged by people who didn't read it, which is true of a lot of those book challenges. They don't read the books, they don't play the games, they don't watch the shows, they don't do any of this stuff. They don't engage with the art that they are calling to be banned. Recently? No, not recently. It was a while ago, a couple years ago, I think. Hey, Rara. Bring to our nerds. Fair enough. Anyway, I also just dislike the idea of Visa and MasterCard and all those just telling me what I am and am not allowed to buy. Anywho. $109 here today. Ugh. What was today's temperature? 28 currently. High of 32, which is pretty hot. Anytime my oldest daughter, when she was little, Slovies are muscular legs, she'd say, look at those low rates. It's a commercial quote. That's funny. Hi, Jenna. Hey, Tanya. Need to know the discussion of farts. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of discussion on it. Yeah. No, I needed a title for my stream. I needed to give my stream some sort of title, but I didn't want people to think that there were definitely going to be farts, because there probably won't be. A fart is a wish your butt makes. Hence the question mark. Pepper. I don't really care that much about farts. Yeah, I don't have particularly strong feelings on it. Anywho. Whispers cheekily? Like, with your butt? Is that what you mean by cheekily, Jordan? You're whispering with your butt? That takes talent. That's just what some people call me, Rara, because somebody once came in and called me that as a typo. And other people have just never given that up. You know how it goes. What would my middle name be? Mm-hmm. Pagers. Gma. My middle name would be Gma. $6 man. Fearless gift. You just sat really still for 2 hours saying this name random responses on repeat. I mean, I could do that. Love running jokes, except for when they must be explained to others. She tells us she wanted to see all of Canada, but I just heard Olive Canada. Olive Garden? She wants to see an Olive Garden in Canada? Fair enough, I suppose. Hey, pause. Why does Canada break into a million pieces at the top? Because it's little islands and ice and shit. Hey, Rakes. Blind eye to what? And yes, Pa, where were you traveling? San Jose? Ah. You might have mentioned that. I'm forgetting if you did mention that or not. Dance competition. I hope she won. I hope she kicked ass. I seem complicit in what? I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm just not sure what I'm complicit in. In place. Ah. My thought is, fuck off. I'm not getting into drama bullshit. That's my thought on it. Think whatever you fucking want, though. I don't give a shit. Run Honolulu. Zero respect for that. Ooh, Polynesian dancing. Ooh, nice. Fancy. Yeah, I don't know the details about it, and I don't care to know the details, frankly. Fucking whatever, Riggs. All right. It's clear you're just here to stir up drama. So think whatever you want, but think it somewhere else because I don't fucking care. I'm gonna get more water. I'll be back in a moment. And hello, Julia. The one thing I will say about Chantel, her mistakes are very rarely born of maliciousness. They come from impulsiveness. That's what it comes to. It's impulsiveness. She makes decisions sort of on the spur of the moment. Doesn't do her due process first. Good intentions produce bad shit. Absolutely, they can. They absolutely can. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Chantel generally is a good heart, but a dumb ass. That is Chantel's. That is like a big problem. That is like a big flaw for her. Good heart, dumbass. So no, I do not believe that. Like again, I don't know the details about any of it, but I don't believe that she is intentionally trying to exploit anybody. I don't believe that she is trying to intentionally exploit anyone. It's just despite the fact that she is a streamer, she's honestly not particularly online a person. And like it's odd. Like she doesn't really like she's never really been much for online culture, I guess. She streams and like she had an Instagram, like she likes looking at funny pictures and videos. Yeah, there's a few streamers that she watches and shit like that, but like I wouldn't describe myself as being terminally online. I mean, I'm always on the computer and always on the internet, but like in the sense of like keeping up with what's going on the internet. I'm not always keeping up with what's on the internet, but I keep up with enough that there's a few pitfalls that I would probably be able to avoid if they came up. But she's not. Like she's not online enough for that. And she doesn't, again, like I said, she doesn't really do due process. And she doesn't do the proper research and shit first before deciding to do something. Yeah, she's not. This isn't a Sean King situation, Sean King, right? is the dude who's like a career grifter. Pretty sure his last name's King. One day I heard her say she has grandiose ideas. I thought, bingo. I mean, bingo can be a pretty grandiose idea. All it comes down to how you play it. Indeed, Killface. Indeedly doodly doo. Should go play bingo. Nah. Foodie's exploitation. Whatever. I'll be honest. I care even less what people say about me than I do what they say about her. Some turned out Trump's speech in Scotland bagpipe. Yeah, that makes sense. That's that absolutely makes sense. The Scots are not big fans of Donald Trump. The Scots really do not respect him. They do not like him. The fact that Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, was sucking up to Trump and praising his golf course and everything. Oh man, that's not going to help Keir Starmer's popularity in Scotland. Not that I think he was particularly popular in Scotland to begin with. Anyone with half a brain knows he's an absolute idiot. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's an idiot and a liar and a racist, a misogynist. Said prices at summoning. Yep. The fact that 3 people at the same time said it. Said, Biggie. Yeah. They say only the good die young. That's why he's still here. Yeah, I hate that son of a bitch. There's going to be so much. When he finally dies, there's going to be so much celebrating. Worldwide. There's going to be worldwide celebrations of his death. Like, the day that Donald Trump's death is announced, businesses may as well just close. Everyone's going to be like nobody's going to want to work that day. Everybody's going to be wanting to celebrate. Bars and liquor stores are the only places that should bother staying open. Because they're going to make a lot of money those days. Yeah, that day. Yeah, parties in the streets and just, yeah. Smoking blunts. Like, if I have a job, like, if I actually manage to get a job by that point, who the fuck knows at this rate? But yeah, if I'm working customer service, somebody calls in, like somebody mentions it, I'm just gonna be like, I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to comment. But inside I'll be like, fuck that dude. I was jumping, going. Every day I go on and look for work, and every day, uh, the idea of just dying in the street gets that little bit more appealing. Every time I start looking for, every time I try looking for a job, it's like, I mean, dying in the street can't be that bad, can it? I find the song you're looking for. Now, get a job. I mean, shit, like, even those jobs are like not a lot of them available. I don't know that I could physically do a stock job. Like, just physically, I'm not sure I could actually do stocking. My knees and back are not great, frankly. Because I'm not particularly strong to begin with. Uh, my knees aren't great, and my back isn't great. I'm gonna get a Cornwall, I'm gonna get a Yeah. Gas station attendant. I'm not sure if I've even seen gas station attendant listed lately. I do hate Cornwall. I have started the application for welfare. Need to finish it up. Farm service in Cornwall, Canada. The problem remains. They said, well, yeah, there's still people who work at gas stations. Enjoy, Rara. I mean, yes, there's still gas station attendants. Most gas stations are self-serve. There are still a few full-serve gas stations around who pump the gas for you, but even the ones that are self-serve, you need somebody working the cash. Not everyone pays with credit cards. Some people do still pay by their cash with gas, and the convenience store. Some people go in to get snacks, lottery tickets. Put your money in your mom's or brother's account such as you don't have any money. Yeah. Not going to bother with that. If it means I have to wait a little bit longer before I start getting any money, then fine, whatever. Yeah. So the inside all day not working good for him. I know it's not good for me. To be fair, the sitting inside all day part, that actually I like that's that I'm fine with. I am totally okay with sitting inside all day. I was gonna say outside has bugs. But I've permanent fruit fly in here as well. Put a piece of dry skin off my foot yesterday. It bleeded now. I feel like it needs to be amputated. Yeah. I've had that happen. Just pull off a bit of dry skin from something. Omnipresent fruit fly. Yeah. Yeah, it's happened with me. Like, pull off a bit of dry skin off a finger or something, and oh, hey, now I'm bleeding. Great. I thought it was just dead skin that could be popped off with no problem. Everywhere has bugs, and I hate it. It's not a fruit fly, not a wasp's nest. Exactly. Outside has like wasps and bees and a lot more flies. Diabetic is not good for me to get foot sores, and I know better. But I'm done this. Yeah. Whirly polies and dolphins. Blah. Outside is too bright and too loud. Too hot. Gets hot inside too, though. So on a different topic, Republican Mike Collins is running for Senate in Georgia. And in his very first campaign ad, he fucking misspelled Georgia. Time heals all wounds. Like this is your first campaign ad. Like, this is your first ad to launch your campaign. This is your opening statement of your campaign. And you can't even be bothered to fucking spell check the name of the fucking state that you're running in. That's the attention to detail I want from politicians. That's the attention to detail that the Senate needs right there. He's about a Georgia. Yeah. Yeah. Running for Senate in the great state of Georgia. Friend group we call it being Nurse Nasty. So you're Nurse Nasty. Make sure you're taking care of whether you like it or not. And the attitude is free. Huh. This is neat. Apparently, African elephants have names for each other. Georgia lawmaker is known for sponsoring the Lincoln Riley Act. Crime News. ICE. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Mike Collins is an asshole. Yeah, apparently African elephants have names for each other. That's really neat. Elephants got a whole society like we sleeping on elephants. Yep. Elephants are neat. Like elephants feel pain if you ride them. I would guess not. How do they notice? I don't know. I'm not. I don't really care enough to read the article. There's an article about it in on discoverwildscience.com. They use specific vocalizations to refer to each other. They do feel pain to train them to do it. Oh. Well, that part's sad. I was thinking, no, I mean, they're big. They're not going to feel pain from somebody riding them. Long-term zoologist study on elephants. Yep. As an adult, they found out that elephants talk to each other miles apart in very low tones that are hard for humans to hear. I do remember hearing about that, yeah. Elephants kind of scare me with their big nosy nose. Reminds me of a joke. Uh, an elephant meets a camel. The elephant asks, "Why do you have your tits on your back?" Camel asks, "That's a hell of a question for someone with their dick on their face." It's a terrible joke. Hey, Poppy. Dad. It is a dad joke, yeah. Anywho. Plan stuff to do for Halloween. I don't really care about Halloween though. You paint an elephant's toenails red, camouflage, and strawberry patches. Don't believe me? You're seeing an elephant in a strawberry patch? Dress up, have Halloween trivia night. Halloween trivia, sure. It's a dad joke. It is. You hear about the costume? Yes. I am above wearing a costume. Channel Halloween talk. It's 100 degrees outside. Not wrong. It is still like 2 months away. 3 months. Still 3 months away. Imagine if your mom made a bigger Care Bears outfit. If that happened, then maybe. If I had a giant Care Bears outfit, then maybe I'd wear that. I don't know, I'm 116. Yes. How can I commission your mother? Teletubby? No, Teletubbies I never watched. I never watched. Hey, whatever. I never watched the Teletubbies. What do I care about the Teletubbies? Yeah, the racist Teletubby twice as a kid. Talk with mom about Care Bear costume. For Dave like a spirit or ghost. Should be a cute one. I'd make a cuter Care Bear. Well, the Care Bear is still around. I'm curious if the Care Bears are still around or if they've. Yeah, I guess still around. Their last film was 2010. Uh, last book was 2008. Don't love their new design. They used to look edible. So yeah, it does look like they are. Pretty much. Oh. 2015, there was a show. Adult Care Bear onesies on Depop for like $13 to $20. Late 90s version of Care Bears made a resurgence in alt fashion. So yeah, it looks like Care Bears and Cousins in 2015 on Netflix. Huh? In 2019, actually, where there's a Care Bears Unlock the Magic. Ran from 2019 to 2024. Okay, so actually, yeah. Most recent Care Bears TV show just ended last year. By secondhand Care Bear pajamas, even for the look. Hey, the movie guy. I'm gonna look up the art for that Care Bears Unlock the Magic just because I'm curious. Yeah. New ones for $70 to $50. Yeah, this Unlock the Magic. It's I don't know. It's the cartoon for the cartoon at least. The art style feels vaguely lowest common denominator in a weird way. Nightmare about bears and alligators last night. The actual dolls seem, standard. Yeah, the cartoon, the art style, it doesn't really do anything for me. Not like I was gonna watch it anyway. Not like I'm the target audience for Care Bears. I'm a fucking 40-year-old man with no kids. I am not the target audience for any Care Bears media. I dreamed that a raccoon and a fluffy opossum opened my window and got in. You gotta watch out for those opossums. MLP. Sure, but like Care Bears, I feel like Care Bears tends to be like for like 5, 6. MLP tends to be you know, just girls in general. Beyond that, Friendship is Magic. Friendship is Magic was appropriate for kids, but the target audience was the people making it. Same targeted audience. Listen, the target audience for Friendship is Magic was the people making Friendship is Magic. They were making a show for themselves. It's just they made sure that it was appropriate for children. But their first goal, their first priority was to entertain themselves. And like that's why the show is good. Daughter made me watch MLB about 3 years ago. But I mean, like that's why Friendship is Magic was good and why it was well received. That's why people really liked the show, is because you could tell that the people making it were entertaining themselves. There was something that that it was for them. That is for themselves. Any show, like any work of art, really, the first audience should always be whoever's making it. A book's primary audience should be the writer. A TV show's primary audience should be the cast and crew of that TV show. You got to make something you love. And if you do, that's going to shine through. Other people are going to pick up on that. But Elmo or any other children's show. Oh, the people working on Sesame Street fucking love Sesame Street. I have to watch anything pretty much if the other person wants me to watch with them. I can't talk like I can't speak to Elmo's show, like Elmo's like solo show, but Sesame Street itself. Oh, those people fucking love making Sesame Street. Everyone working on that show, it is an absolute dream come true for them. And like, it's work, but every day they get to go in and make Sesame Street. They get to watch the characters that they grew up in with and mean a lot to them. Fana and I had a dream about alligators last night. That is weird. It's not grounded. Well, yeah, I mean, like I suppose like Sesame Street's a special case because that is very much intended to be educational. But I mean, even then, I mean, like it's I don't know. Love what you're making. That's the important thing. Sesame Street is a special case because like it is specifically designed for teaching kids. It's an educational program. The primary goal of Sesame Street isn't really entertainment, it's education. They just recognize that the best way to educate is by making it fun, by making it entertaining. You have kids are banned to watch Sesame Street as an adult, just like as a kid. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, adults are going to have to watch that show, and it should be fun, and it should be not torture for them. Yeah, like a lot of adults, like a lot of parents hated having to watch the Teletubbies. Like a lot of parents hated Teletubbies. But most parents love Sesame Street. And I think that actually gets back to it again. The people making it, the people making the show want to be entertained. Like the people making it, they want to be entertained themselves as well. And that means that regular people watching it can be entertained. There are grown adults. There are grown adults who have no kids who still watch Sesame Street because it's fun. Elmo getting Elmo's hatred of Rocco became immensely popular online. People loved the fact that Elmo just hated Rocco. I guess didn't have devices though. The other devils now. Bear, Blue's Goose was great. I really wasn't a Sesame Street kid, and my kids aren't either. I've had the same dream as another person in the same night before. Neat. I'm more of a Toys R Us kid. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Rip Toys R Us. There's still a few locations open, but like they're just like individual locations. I think at this point, they put Barney on Ozempic. Anywho, I'm gonna get going now. I'm gonna head off for tonight. I gotta go pee. So I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Good night, everybody.